Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're undertaking, well, a massive intellectual synthesis. We're diving into the final conclusion of this huge project called Redesigning Civilization for the Post-Petroleum Era, or in the original Portuguese, A Sociedade que não precisa de donos.
The society that needs no owners.
Exactly.
And, this isn't just a paper, it's a full architectural blueprint that's been built up over 11 previous chapters. It lays out a diagnosis, a new economy, and a really detailed physical design.
So our mission today is kind of twofold, right?
That's right. First, we'll synthesize the core proof, the mathematical foundation of this new society's viability. And then we're going to do a really detailed deep dive into the very last piece, Chapter 12.
Which is on fashion and clothing, of all things.
Of all things, yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The whole project is driven by this core premise that our current system is just, well, fundamentally broken.
Right. It argues we're not facing one crisis, but a convergence of 4 existential threats.
Okay, let's list them.
You've got the climate emergency, the structural failure of global capitalism, the fact that we're running out of easily accessible oil, and of course, rising geopolitical tensions.
And the argument is that all these things hitting at once means we can't just tweak the system.
Precisely. The authors say mere reform, fiddling with interest rates or adding some green incentives, it's just not enough.
It's a drop in the ocean.
It is. They argue the only path forward is a radical, a structural rupture, a complete break towards a society founded on direct participatory democracy.
So if the system is that broken, you have to start at the root cause. What do they call it? The original sin.
Yeah, the original sin. And they identify it as the invention of money.
But not just coins and bills.
No, not at all. It's about how they define wealth.
Yeah.
Wealth is crystallized human life. Think about a building, a factory. It takes thousands of hours of collective human labor of lifetime to create.
So money is just that lifetime translated into numbers.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really dark. If money is just codified lifetime, then whoever controls the money
controls the lives.
They control the lives. And from that, you get a clear power structure.
A pyramid.
A pyramid. At the very top, you have the central banks. They dictate wealth transfer just by manipulating one single number, the interest rate.
And below them,
private banks, creating money from thin air through fractional reserves. Then come the global billionaires who use all that capital to push for deregulation, for neoliberal policies, creating massive monopolies.
And we're at the bottom, the base of the pyramid. Our lifetime is what fuels the entire structure.
Right. And the proposed antidote is to completely flip the purpose of civilization on its head. If profit is the North Star now, the new society must put well-being at its center.
What kind of well-being?
Integral, genuine, and lasting well-being for everyone. And this new foundation needs an unbreakable contract of reciprocity and responsibility.
And it's all built on that idea of direct participatory democracy.
Yes, which brings us to the actual hardware of this democracy, the physical structure. And they cleverly avoid building another giant bureaucratic state. They ground it in biology.
The Dunbar number.
The Dunbar number. The idea that the human brain can only really maintain meaningful connections with about 150 people.
So that's the smallest unit, the condominium.
That's the condominium, and then those condominiums join up to form a larger unit called the cellula or cell, which has a hard cap of about 25,000 people.
That number, 25,000, feels very deliberate. Is that a direct response to the idea of urban collapse?
It is the antidote. The physicist Geoffrey West's power law, it mathematically proved that large cities are inherently unstable.
How so?
Because social needs, crime, innovation, resource demand, they grow super linearly, about 15% faster than the infrastructure can keep up. So cities have to constantly accelerate just to survive. It's unsustainable.
So the cellula breaks that cycle.
It breaks it. When it hits 25,000 people, it doesn't just keep swelling to some unstable metropolis. It replicates. A new one starts somewhere else.
Okay, so the architecture is stable. But how do you pay for it all? No taxes, no traditional economics. This must be that massive societal surgery they talk about.
It is. The project's core assertion is that most human labor today is just wasted on administration, not actual creation.
So the surgery removes the waste.
All of it. They dissolve the entire financial giant, all the bankers, brokers, speculators, gone. They get rid of the bureaucratic state because, well, with no taxes, there's nothing to manage. And they scale back the legal and defense systems, which are mostly there to protect private property.
But doesn't that ignore human nature, the desire to accumulate, to have status? How do you stop a new elite from just hoarding everything?
That's the core economic disruption. Time is the only currency.
You work an hour, you get credited an hour.
Simple as that. And crucially, the sources are very clear on this. It's the absolute end of inheritance. And the abolition of profit or capital gains, it becomes physically impossible to accumulate the wealth produced by someone else's lifetime.
Wow. Ending inheritance, no capital gains. That is a tectonic shift. The efficiency gains from that kind of surgery must be astronomical.
They are. And that's the core revelation. After removing all that systemic waste, they calculated the daily work needed to guarantee every single basic necessity.
Food, housing, health, all of it.
All of it. It's reduced to just 2 hours of productive labor per day.
2 hours a day? That seems impossible.
And what about the rest of the 4-hour commitment they mentioned?
The other 2 hours are strategic. 1 hour goes to resilience and reserves, building up buffers, maintaining infrastructure, just making sure the system is stable long term.
And the last hour?
That final hour is for you. Personal free time, your vocation, self-directed projects, vacation, whatever you want. That's the 4-hour daily journey.
That really is the architecture of freedom. But I mean, the whole thing hinges on the math. Does that 2-hour budget actually hold up?
It does, and the next set of chapters meticulously breaks it down, pillar by pillar, to prove that the 120-minute budget is not just viable, it's robust.
Okay, so let's run the numbers. We're trying to prove that a life of, universal excellence.
And a quality of life higher than what the top 1% has today, arguably, can be guaranteed for 120 minutes of work. Let's start with education.
Right, so this system covers everything. Prenatal care through university, it's focused on civic ethics, practical life skills, and the adult-to-child ratio is incredible. 1 adult mentor for every 5 children.
And they do away with all the administrative bloat, the standardized testing.
All of it. It culminates in a ritual of passage where graduates actually build their own homes in the cellulose. So the calculated time cost for this entire world-class education system.
What is it?
26 minutes per day.
Okay, 26 minutes. Next, health.
A 3-tiered system. A neighborhood clinic, a cell clinic, and a big specialized hospital for every 1 million people. And, key feature, they locally produce all their own open source pharmaceuticals. They break the global oligopoly.
And because the focus is on prevention and well-being, not profiting from sickness?
The cost just collapses.
Yeah.
The price for universal premium healthcare, 13 minutes per day.
13. Okay. Now, housing. This is the co-living or hotel residential idea. No more single-family homes.
Right. We're talking luxury, 35 square meter private suites, but with huge shared amenities, 5-star dining, the works.
And the magic doors.
The magic doors. It's an architectural feature that lets you instantly expand or shrink your unit. So if you have kids or get divorced, the logistics are seamless. And the ultimate goal is the global passport. You own 1 unit in the system, which means you can check in and out of any unit anywhere in the world.
That's amazing. And the cost?
For maintenance and all those shared facilities, 19 minutes per day.
19. Next up is energy and environment. This is where the big efficiency gains are, right?
Huge. They eliminate the internal combustion car, which is something like 99% energy inefficient.
And replace it with what?
High-speed iron-lev tunnels. Magnetic levitation, so it's almost frictionless. All buildings are passive health designs, super insulated, so they barely need heating or cooling. The total power needed for everything is supplied by just 3 solar panels per person.
3 panels, and the cost for all that clean energy and a closed-loop water system.
Just 6 minutes per day.
6. The savings are incredible. But now we come to the hard one, food. This is the pillar that requires what they call a real sacrifice.
It does. It requires a global transition to an ovo-lacto-vegetarian diet.
And how do they justify that?
With some truly shocking numbers on waste. A single kilogram of beef takes 15,500 liters of water to produce. The energy ratio is 90-1. You put in 90 calories to get 1 edible calorie out.
So this transition isn't just about ethics, it's about pure physics.
It's physics. It closes the carbon cycle and frees up enormous tracts of land for rewilding.
And the cost for the sustainable food system, even with the 5-star restaurant service.
The entire system, from farm to fork, including the luxury service, costs 48 minutes per day.
48. Okay, let's tally that up. Let's connect the dots. We have 26 for education,
13 for health,
19 for housing,
6 for energy,
and 48 for food. That adds up to 112 minutes.
Exactly. 1 hour and 52 minutes. We've provided a universal, high-quality, luxury standard of living, and we still have 8 minutes left in our 2-hour budget.
Which brings us perfectly to our deep dive on the final chapter: fashion. Moda. We need to find something sustainable and frankly spectacular to fit into that last 8-minute slot.
And this is so critical. The fashion industry is, well, it's a planetary emergency hiding in plain sight. It's responsible for 20% of global water pollution, 8% of all greenhouse gases.
But the invisible enemy is the microplastics.
The invisible tragedy: 5.6 million tons of them every year from synthetic fabrics. And they are now confirmed to be circulating in human blood, even in the placenta.
So any solution has to be radical. It has to completely remove the incentive for fast fashion for churning out cheap, polluting clothes.
And the rupture here is to stop seeing clothing as private property, as a commodity, and start seeing it as pure art and a managed service. They call it the community walk-in closet.
A giant shared closet.
A global one.
Yeah.
Citizens design and contribute high-quality, long-lasting pieces made from noble organic fabrics. You don't own them, you just access the art collection.
I get how that solves the waste problem, but what about the cultural shift? We're so conditioned to express ourselves through ownership of our clothes.
The argument is the benefit you gain is far greater. They call it the insustainable lightness of being. It's the end of luggage.
The end of luggage.
Think about it. The closet is replicated in every cellula, globally, so you travel the world with just a small backpack for your intimate apparel. You arrive anywhere, and you access the local walk-in closet for clothing perfectly suited to the climate and culture. Instant mobility, zero hassle.
That is genuinely disruptive. Okay, but we have to talk about the elephant in the room: hygiene. Sharing clothes on a global scale, that raises some serious barriers for people.
They address that head-on. The technological solution is elegant. Cleaning is done with supercritical carbon dioxide and ozone.
Which is?
It's a powerful, completely waterless, non-abrasive process. It achieves what the project calls molecular sterilization. It penetrates every fiber and eliminates every single trace of bacteria, any residue.
So the clothes are actually cleaner than new ones.
The sources state, explicitly, that a garment from the closet is cleaner than a brand new piece of clothing you'd buy in a store today.
Okay, that deals with that concern. So if all of that is shared art, what's left that's actually personal?
Only your intimate apparel. Socks, underwear, maybe some functional footwear. All of it produced using high-tech, super durable organic fabrics. The goal is always maximum efficiency, minimum waste.
All right, let's bring it home. Let's do the final math. We have 8 minutes left in the budget to pay for this global, sustainable, molecularly sterilized fashion service. Can we do it?
We can. The calculation shows that because you're prioritizing durability, and demand for new production just collapses by 95%.
Because you aren't replacing your whole wardrobe every season.
Exactly. The cost of raw materials and making the intimate wear becomes negligible, less than a second a day. The real cost is the service, the people who curate the collection, run the CO2 cleaning machines, do the maintenance.
And the final cost for that entire system.
The final estimated cost is exactly 8 minutes per day.
And there it is, the final tally. 1 hour and 52 minutes for all the foundational pillars, plus 8 minutes for this incredible global fashion system. That equals
exactly 2 hours.
2 hours of daily work for a life of abundance, security, health, and beauty for every single person, all while staying within planetary limits.
You see, the power of this project is that it's not some utopia built on hope. It is radical, measurable efficiency applied solely to maximizing human well-being.
And the crucial result is the time we get back.
The time you get back. The other 2 hours of that daily 4-hour commitment, that's not just leisure. That becomes the entire civilization's greatest resource. It allows for a level of human flourishing, of art, of culture, of innovation that we can't even imagine right now.
So the society that needs no owners suggests that the biggest barrier to this new world isn't a lack of technology or resources, it's us. It's our courage and intelligence to change the habits that are, frankly, no longer serving us. So here's the thought for you to take away. If the real price of our current system is our time and our planet, what one small habit, if you changed it today, could free up your own personal lifetime?
A profound question to consider.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into radical restructuring. We'll see you next time.